Hi, we're Kev and Emma. 18 months ago we started a new adventure and bought a 57-foot narrowboat called Ripple. Why not join us and watch our highs and lows, the renovations and changes we've made, the clever storage that's been created, and find out what it's really like living and working full-time aboard a narrowboat with 2 dogs while exploring the waterways of our beautiful country.
Good morning. It's a Saturday morning. It's very bright and sunny. It's a little bit chilly though. We've got a little bit of a problem. It's not a Kev fixes it thing, because it's a Kev can't fix it thing. Yesterday after we moored up, we noticed that we had a bit of a problem. We thought it might be the water pump on the way out, but it turns out it's a pressure release valve in the chlorifier that's going thump, 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 thump. If you run the water and then turn the tap off, you get this loud thumping from the chlorifier, and I've had a look at it and pulled it apart, and it's the PRV valve, but it's not something that I'm confident doing myself, so we've got a bloke coming out to do it tomorrow. So this is what we were saying about, is what's making a donkey noise. Off. Is where that is. Oh, can't even do that. That bit there, there's a pressure release valve sits on that, or is meant to. Sorry about this light. Pressure release valve is meant to sit there. Craig, the wonderful plumber guy, is just going to go and get a new one for us. Now he knows which one it is. Come back and fit it on, and hopefully that'll be the end of it. I'll show you once Craig's been back and fit the new valve on. So we're back in the old Dynet chlorifier area again, and I don't know if you can see that red thing there has now been replaced. So we've now got a new pressure release valve on, which Craig spent ages dealing with and couldn't get one. And it turns out we had a 4-bar valve on there, which, after phoning somebody else as well, because he couldn't find a 4-bar one, apparently it's not recommended to have 4-bar, so we've gone back to a 3-bar, which seems to be the standard. So we're going to see if that's fixed it. We also turned the pressure down on the water pump, because it seemed to be quite a lot of pressure from the water pump to the accumulator. So we're going to give it a few days and see if that has fixed our lovely problem, and we'll go from there. Well, the water saga continues. It's still not working properly. As I said before, we had a guy come out. He changed the pressure release valve that was on the chlorifier. Didn't really make it work for a little bit, but then it stopped again.
Fortunately, we're near a water point, and so I drink sparkling water, so I saved 3 bottles, and we just keep filling them up with from the tap. So that's how we're getting our tea, washing up and what have you. So this is the result of having no water. We literally, I like to keep the sink area nice and clean, but obviously we need to do the washing up all in one go, because we need to boil it on the hob. We've been at Avonscliff for a couple of days. We've had an issue, as you will have seen, with our water pump. The pressure in it is all wrong, and it's making the pipes judder. We had somebody come out and fix it, or so we thought, and it didn't do the trick.
He did a good job though.
He did do a really good job, and we thought it was fixed for like 36 hours.
It was a PRV valve at first, but he did a good job for what he changed and did.
Yeah, and actually it worked for sort of 36 hours, enough time for us to have a shower. Yes. Except sadly I didn't get a hair wash, which is why I have a hat on today, because it's super greasy. So anyway, Kev's done some research today. He's had a little look into it, and what's the matter?
The accumulator's not holding pressure, so we think the accumulator's shot. It's probably originally put in 2008. The top valve, it's like a car tyre valve. If you've ever put air in a car tyre, it's like that, but it's got a bolt that bolts onto the accumulator itself. Sorry, I'm just trying to go around the corner on the aqueduct.
I was going to say, we're just going over an aqueduct, so maybe we'll just take a little pause.
And it's just spinning round. So by the fact that it's just spinning round on its own, says to me there's air getting out of the accumulator, which means the plastic or the rubber diaphragm's not holding pressure, which means it's not pushing water. So we think that's it. So rather than get the guy back again, although his hourly rate was really reasonable, what he charged us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think
we just need to go and get all the bits and pieces.
Yeah, I think it's something I can do, isn't it? Really.
Hopefully. If not, we do have a backup plan, but it isn't for it's not for sort of a week and a half. And by which time my hair is just going to be disgusting.
We can't go about showering and water. We do have a way of bodging it so that it doesn't go wrong, but it's not the best way in the world. And I'd rather fix it properly and get it done right. So I'm going to have a go at it myself. It's Tuesday now. We're just going to turn around, spin round. I finish work Wednesday night, and then Thursday we can get all the bits. I can get it fixed. If not, the following week, the guy that originally was going to come fix it all is still booked in to do it. So if it all goes horribly wrong on me, I've still got him coming.
The great thing is that because it is spring and the weather's improved, look at the weather, look at it. It's, what time is it? It is 5:15, and we've got a good couple of hours of sunshine ahead of us, which means that we can do part of the journey tonight. So we're just going to go up to Dundas. There's a winding hole. We're going to spin the boat round and then come back down towards Avon, spend the night here, and tomorrow during the day because Kev's got to work, and then tomorrow night head back to Bradford on Avon, which is something we haven't done yet. We haven't double backed on ourselves, have we?
We've never double backed.
No, the only time you did it was when I wasn't living on board and you were coming to meet me, and you were kind of up and down and what have you. But in the last year,
double back on
yeah, no, we've never gone backwards. We've always gone forward. So it's a very strange feeling, but it just needs must. We need to get it sorted. So fortunately, it's a beautiful evening for a cruise. We've just gone over the aqueduct that I was very excited about going over. I was talking to you during it, so we will be going back over it again 2 more times. So we'll show you the sights when we do it one of those times. So yeah, that's what we're up to tonight. Look at this beautiful, is it a waterside garden? I mean, it looks like it's a private mooring, I'm guessing, but there's a cave, and in the cave, in fact there's washing and stuff in the cave. A beautiful garden, bird's nest, they're obviously well kept, kind of place. So I've got a little parrot with me today. It was an unexpected cruise. She's not happy about it. So what she likes to do is she'll still shake, but she likes to be nice and close. So I'm getting Molly cuddles today, which is lovely. Alfie's decided he's not joining us today. He's just going to stay in his bed inside. Grumpy little git. Here we are, 2¼ hours later, back where we started.
Doing lots and lots of digging and watching other videos. I have a funny feeling it's the accumulator, but I'm not sure if it's a combination of the accumulator bladder inside of it has got a split, so it's trying to overpressure everything, or is it the pump that's not detecting when pressure's being released and taken in and out. So a bit of a process of elimination, but it's been a bit of an expensive day. Let me show you. So I've been shopping this morning and we've bought a new accumulator, 5 litre, nice brand new. I bought this contraption here, which is an electric pump. Basically you need to pressure or depressure the tanks to match what water pump you've got, so I bought that just in case. We bought a new Jabsco water pump, a Pepsi Max free, I think it's 25 psi. Is it under there somewhere? Yeah, 25 psi, 116 quid later. And a load of fittings, some new pipes, some new Jubilee clips, and more importantly, from when some of you will remember when I think it was vlog 2, we had the leak and I took the sieve out. Well, the Jabsco water pumps come with a new sieve, so the new sieve will be fitted on there and the old pipe work will be cut out and that connector done. So the plan is now move the steps and pull all this out. I don't know how well you can see that. Interestingly, reading the water pump manual, whoever put our water pump in, it's actually in upside down. That blue bit there should be up there, so that's upside down for a start. And if you remember again from vlog 2, that horrendous wiring, I'm now going to chop a lot of it out and connect it up properly. So first job is to have a cup of tea, build some Dutch courage up, and then rip all that out. Okie dokie, so it's probably, I don't know, 2-3 hours since I last spoke to you, and everything's come out and I've put everything back in, or all the new stuff back in. I've reused some of the pipes and used some of the new ones, and I didn't need as many fittings as I bought, so that's kind of good. If I get another problem another time, at least I've got more fittings. But let me show you what we've done now. So as we can see, that metal bracket there, I'm going to order a proper one, because you can get literally proper brackets that they sit in and bolt into a lot better than that bodge bit. But they didn't have one this morning when I went to China to buy it. So that's in there. Water pump is now bolted to the floor rather than when it was up there in the back corner. I didn't like it up there. It was upside down. It seemed a more sensible place to put it on there, because that there, that's the filter, the sieve, whatever you'd like to call it, that needs to be rinsed out every now and again from muck from your water tank. So I've left it like that, just so that it's a bit more accessible now, rather than up on the wall. And it made it, to be quite honest, it made it really hard work putting it up there as well. So I thought I'd put it on the floor. And excuse the shaky camera work, I've got no gimbal on this one. If I run the tap, it's a lot more quiet than the old very angry water pump. That's now filling the accumulator up. Stop. Chlorifier's not going because there's too much pressure in the system. So it shows that I was right, and the accumulator was broke somewhere on the line. I think it probably is split in the bladder, something along the lines, but it wasn't holding pressure. Holding pressure Good new pressure. Kept the old one. That's our now spare water pump in case that goes wrong or the whale gulper in the shower goes wrong. So I'll leave this open for a couple of days like this. I won't put everything back just to make sure there's no problems and no more leaks, and put it back together again, and finally, hopefully, call it done.
We've had a few people comment and say how much they enjoy seeing the dogs. Some people saying they'd like to see more of the dogs. And actually our dogs are quite unique characters, as all dogs are. So I've just put a little collection of short videos together to so that you can get to know our dogs a little bit better. I hope you enjoy it. Get him. Get him. What is going on?
Oh, that's better. Nice and flat. Right spot.
Okay, there's a bit of ping pong with the pig today. Alfie's got the pig back again. Molly's allowing him to have the pig. Although sometimes Molly gets hold of it and guards it with that paw. Okay, go. We're out on a walk, and there's a couple of cars parked on the grass over here, and I'm just going to see if Molly does what she usually does whenever she sees a car. There you go. She thinks she's getting in it. She's like, is this our car? No, Molly, we don't own a car. No more. He seems to think that the dinette is his stage for looking out the window. It gives him a good viewpoint, to be fair. But the problem is that everybody that walks past, or dogs, he will literally bark at. And we can't have the duck hatch open like this for that reason, without somebody being on the boat so that we can supervise him. Because he's like a small child. I mean, he's not keen on water, and I'm sure he's probably aware that there is water the other side, but you just don't know. This is...
You need to speak up more in the videos as well, because sometimes you're really quiet.
Am I? Yeah. Good evening. It is a beautiful, beautiful evening on the K&A.
I've got the same hoodie on.
Kev's got the same hoodie on. He only owns one. That's what it looks like on the videos anyway.
We got
for the evening, so that... Dogs! go up to Dundas, spin it around in the winding hole, and then come back down this